Hey everybody, it's Primrose and welcome back to Plants at Home. If you're new to my channel, welcome. I make plant videos and today we are in my kitchen counter. We have a small space and I'm going to prop up some newspaper. We are going to do a bit of pruning today, guys. I have been postponing this, and this is the reason why sometimes I get so unmotivated looking after my plants. You know, when I just see them not doing well or just getting unruly. So, in this case here, I have a lot of dead twigs. It was in bloom in the spring, but now it's time to cut it off. And I have a lot of dead leaves there at the bottom, guys, which makes it so difficult to water this plant. And luckily I have like a baster that I can just insert somewhere there and squirt the water out. So I'm just gonna clean my pruner or sanitize it. And I propped up a newspaper on my kitchen counter. That way it will just be easy to just tip it onto the bin afterwards. So this is one of my oldest plant, guys. This is a, hang on, I need to, oh my gosh, I haven't watered this for like 4 weeks, so this is in desperate need of watering. Get that out of the way. One of my oldest plant, and it must be around 4 or 5 years old already. And it was this small when I first got it. I think I paid like 99p for that. Right, so I've taken off a lot of babies already. When I repotted it like about 5 months ago, and because it was in a small pot and it was so unstable. I'm so proud of this one because this lives on my east windowsill, east facing, and somehow it managed to stay compact. It's not easy to maintain the compact growth of a succulent because it needs full sun, obviously, but this one I'm so happy. So it had about like 4 flower spike, which is now gone. And I have been just walking past by it for several weeks now, and sometimes it's, I mean, I have a small space and I can't afford to just let them do their own thing sometimes. So that looks a lot better, but the challenge will be pulling out those dead leaves at the bottom. And I used to like to take off or cut off all of the babies, but now I think I'm gonna leave it alone. Oh my goodness, I have a lot, you guys, can you see that? And also there at the bottom. So I think soon this plant would need a bigger pot, and that's the thing, that's the problem, because I only have like small windows, and if I put a really big pot on a windowsill, it would take so much space. This is a bit difficult to do. My goodness, I might end up unpotting this one to be able to get into those to the bottom. It's very it's got like a tight space. I don't know, guys, I don't feel like I'm oh, the leaves are so like soft. It needs water now. I can tell it's super dry, but because of the size, the pot is so heavy. One of the very easy care plant in my collection is this one. Oh my goodness. So like I said, because it was a bit unstable, so this part here is like, it's got like a wide opening just to be able to support that thick leaves so it could like prop up without falling over. That's the good thing about succulent, is because if it's dry, and if you're lazy like me, sometimes I get so lazy, you could just leave it for several more days and it will survive. But with other houseplants, especially my anthuriums, especially the velvety varieties, that's not gonna happen. It's like a dog. Once it's hungry, you have to feed it or it will die. Okay, I think I'm nearly there. This blooms a lot, but I think the flowers are just so insignificant. And what's attractive about this, guys, is that rosette form of the leaves. So pretty. I think that will do. I can see some openings right at the bottom. Hang on, I got some more there that I can take off. There you go. So this is how I water it, guys. It's a bit dirty. My turkey baster that I only use for plants. I have a bit more here that I need to take off. I think that will do. Yeah. So that looks a lot better now, guys. It is so heavy. Need to put it back in the pot holder, and so I think I have to water it now. So yeah, you can see it from the camera. Just have to like find an opening or a gap at the base. And hang on, see, I'm seeing some more dead leaves there. It's gonna get a lot more heavier now that it's getting some water. I can see some more pops coming out of the bottom, and it's a bit white because it's not getting any direct sunlight. It's a bit tricky to water this one. I'm gonna give it extra water because it's super dry. The other way. Look at the size of it, guys. Bigger than my head. And now that we have a lot of sunny days, the tip of the leaves are like getting some coloration, which is really nice. So that will do for this one. And so mainly it's the succulent that needs pruning today. This is, I think this is a kind of peperomia. It flowered, and now it's dried up. I need to take that off. So this plant, the leaves are like so fragile, and I have been I tied it onto this I don't know, what do you call this thing? It's this metal frame, and it's helping to prop it up a little bit, because if not, it'll just like sprawl all over the place, and it could look really, I don't know, like unkept or something. And I don't have any more space to accommodate the growth on top, so I'm just gonna prune it back, and eventually it will produce some more shoots. So yeah, at first it would look like sparse, but eventually it will put out some more growth, and it will look a lot better. There you go. I wanted to trim this back, but the flower is still going. Yeah, so I think I'll leave it. I think this is a Peperomia dulabriformis, I'm not sure. And I have this, it looks a bit leggy, so I've been having problem with this one, guys. Last year I had like scaly on my succulents, and I suspected it came out right after the feeding season. So this year I'm trying to cut back the fertilizer on my succulents. So now I gave it a prune a few weeks back, because I wanted to get rid of those old leaves that was eaten by scaly bugs. and yeah, the leaves could look really ugly. So now I've got those new growth coming out, so eventually I wanted to get rid of this. So the trunk is so fat, I like that. And this crassula could get really bushy as well, like easily, very quick, but I don't have space for them in my windowsill to just let them grow. And so this one is I think this is the Minora. The leaves are a lot smaller, and I wanted to do the same thing, like encourage the trunk to go bigger, to grow bigger, yeah. So I'm gonna just cut the top part, and it would produce some shoots, so that will be fine. And I have one more here, guys. So this is a really compact version, and I could see some dead leaves there. I need the glasses. Just gonna pull them out. And I think the problem of this one is it's beginning to grow tall. I wanted to encourage it to stay compact, so I'm gonna cut it back, and eventually it would produce some branching. There you go. So that wasn't so bad. And my Portulacaria afra, this one could be grown as a trailing plant. I've seen some people grow this, and when it gets big it could like cascade down, and it's so pretty. But like I said, I don't have any more space on my windowsill for some more trailing plants, so I wanted to keep this small. So I'm just gonna cut the top growth, and I actually pruned this like a while ago, and those are new shoots already. So this year I only feed my succulents once a month, and as much as possible a really well diluted fertilizer, because it's been 3 consecutive years that every time I feed them, and after the feeding season they would like develop some scaly, or at one time I had a really bad infestation of this white fluffy thing. I can't remember the name right now, but I know you guys know what that is. Yeah, so, and it spread onto my other plants as well, but especially on my Hoya, but it started on my succulents. So this year I'm trying to cut back on my fertilizer, especially in my succulents, but my monsteras are constantly hungry. So that's all for this video, guys. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you guys are all doing well, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.